Well, another headache for Detroit, and it might have to wait until after Halloween to see if it's allowed to file for bankruptcy. But guess what, America? Detroit's distress might be on your doorstep very soon. Our next guest says that you combine other states and city pensions, you'll get a number. You see that on your screen, $4.6 trillion. Joining us now is Matthew Brouillette from the Commonwealth Foundation. You know, it's interesting, Matthew, because we do look and say, oh, golly, poor Detroit. I don't think people realize that they're sitting on something very similar.
Well, this is probably something that's going to happen in cities and states all across America. What we see in Detroit is really a precursor for the fiscal calamities that are going to occur because of unsustainable pensions and unaffordable health care costs. These have added up, and, well, we're going to have to pay for it one way or another.
You know, Matthew, Liz McDonald here, EMAC. What we're talking about is most of the discussion has been about pensions. What we haven't really talked about are the health benefits owed to government workers. I got to tell you something. I think that the American people out there, the viewers, are saying to themselves, we're at our breaking point with property taxes. We ain't going to pay for this. So cities have to merge with each other. We're seeing that in California, where cities are merging to take care of the, you know, the cost for urban sprawl. The urban sprawl is too expensive. It doesn't work. Go ahead.
Well, these costs, of course, are not going away no matter how you restructure things. And you're absolutely right, Liz. When it comes to health care costs, the unfunded liability just for New York City is over $88 billion on health care costs. Their pension cost is about $70 billion. These are things that the taxpayers are going to pay. You add all of that up, that is that $4.6 trillion, over $60,000 for an average family of four. These are the things that are breaking banks and are going to compel either higher taxes or significant cuts in government services and layoffs.
You know, Matthew, you mentioned New York City, and I think there are a lot of other cities. We're talking about this stuff as if it's brand new, but the warning signs have been going off for a decade, and yet city after city, municipality after municipality, they continue down this path of amazing, generous pensions, lavish retirement benefits. How does that change? You know, how do you change the structure of that? How do we put a stop to this?
Well, you're absolutely right. This has been going on for a long time. You've had government union bosses with political collaborators that have negotiated these benefits, assuming that the taxpayers could always pay for more. Well, they've reached that breaking point, and that model simply doesn't work today anymore. The way that we describe this is that we have a hole in our boat. It's filling up with water. So the first step that you have to take is plug that hole, and then you can get to bailing out the water, just like the private sector did decades ago.
All right, but quickly, here's what you do. Here's a fix. You put existing workers into 401ks and future workers into 401ks, and you tell them, look, we're going to basically put, because you can, yes, contractually you have to pay the money, but you can change the structure of the pension account into a 401k.
Absolutely. And in our state in Pennsylvania, Governor Corbett has proposed such changes. And, of course, the government unions are going to fight every step of the way because they want to maintain those benefits that the taxpayers simply can't afford and don't have themselves.
Well, Matthew, I think this next year is going to be a real Donnybrook here around the country, states, municipalities. So we're going to need your help on this thing because it is a ticking time bomb. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Congress, well,